Happy Friday, apparently, because when I was talking to these two fine gentlemen who are going to be on the show with me today, I said, you know what? I've had a couple drinks. It's Saturday. Oh, no. It's Friday. Sure, fine. Why not? All I know is the Arsenal won and Arteta broke his bogey duck against the villains. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. I was muted.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.
So it is completely evident that I need someone to edit me because I was on mute that entire time I did the intro. What I said was, it is Friday, although when I was talking to these fine gentlemen who are joining me on the show today and they were in the green room, I said, I've had a couple drinks. It's okay. It's Saturday. No, they reminded me that it's Friday, and that's fine. So here we are. And we won. And I'm going to get rid of this right now. And this is the best intro I've ever done in my whole life. Whoa! Welcome to the show, the bearded gooner. Tanner, how you doing? Oh!
The world just, the sun shines a little brighter, Sophie, when the Arsenal win.
Doesn't it? Doesn't it just?
Funny because we're here in dreary, damp, cold Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I assure you the sun is not shining right now. But yeah, it's a good day. Right. It's a good start.
It's a good day. It's a good day. And also rejoining us, because I like to bring the tactical squad back the day after the game, Mr. James Johnston. Welcome back to the show.
Welcome back. I just want to say you forgot the beard memo, Sophie. You know.
I mean, not to disparage Greek women, but I could grow that pretty quickly.
Brilliant.
There's an old school joke, right? What do you call four Greek women in a hot tub? Gorillas in the mist, something like that. I mean, but it's funny. It's funny. Wow. It's funny. Yeah.
Oh my God!
I could probably tell that joke. You know what I mean? Good evening, squaddies. How you doing? Welcome to all 215 plus of you in the house. Hello, everybody. I will try and get all of your welcoming notes up as soon as I can. The truth is, I was watching the game with my cousin George, who is the devil. He's like, have a drink. I'm like, no, I'm going to do the show after the game. He's like, just have a drink. I'm like, but I haven't had any breakfast. So I said, fine. So I had a Corona Light. And then he said, that's a little weak. Why don't you have a shot of vodka? And I said, interesting. So I did that too. And here we are, right? But I have two wingmen with me today, and I think I'm just fine. So good evening, everyone in the house. I don't know where to start. We're going to start at the very tippy top of the mountain, which was the lineups. And James, you tweeted myself and Super Kevin Campbell because you were on the show last night, and you got it completely wrong.
Yeah, well, talk about
that.
That's generous. Completely wrong. Yeah, my words. I'm guessing I know that you were like, well, you know, Josh is going to struggle to get back. There is a reason I was super sub and he starts. I think Josh is back from next Thursday. I think that might be my one and done.
No. Remember, never forget that Josh actually had Xhaka in the lineup against Brighton. When we all knew he was going to be out till January. So you're okay. You're okay.
If we sold Partey, we wouldn't have got that first goal. That's another one.
Exactly. But the lineup, I think the most... Oh, hold the mayo. I'm bringing him in because he's at a special event. But my goodness... Super Kev. Super Kevin Campbell. Woo!
Hi, Soph. Hi, everybody. James,
we got Tanner. It's Tanner.
Hi, Tanner. You're right.
Super Kev, good, man.
Right. Listen, I haven't got long, but let me just say a couple of bits. I want the same energy from you, hostess with the mostest. I want the same energy James from the Squaddies, who called me deluded, remember? Thursday, they called me deluded yesterday. And I said it's the players, and the players performed today. And what a performance. 3-1. I thought it was going to be 1-0. Many Gooners didn't think we could do the business, but we done it. And I'm proud of the boys, because it's always the boys. Players make managers, not managers make players. There you go, Soph.
Super Kevin Campbell, you keep saying the same thing to us over and over again, all of us. It's the players who cross the white lines, and the frauds that copy your tagline about crossing the white lines haven't played the game, but you have. You know it, you preach it, you say it. And you know what? I respect you, because even when we win, you credit the player, not the manager, and you're consistent with that.
Sophie, the players will either get Mikel Arteta more time, or they will get him the sack. We know we've got problems with consistency. We know that. Look at Jekyll and Hyde Arsenal today. Jekyll and Hyde Arsenal from Monday till today. And the space is only 4 days difference. And we could score 3 goals today. So here's what I will say. Mikel Arteta, he changed the team. He put Lacazette in. And we came up trumps. So let's hope that we could find a little bit of consistency and get moving up that table. Because you know what? I think this season, everybody can beat everybody this season. I tell you.
I think you're right, Kev. And the one thing you were consistent about, and by the way, if you can just give an extra message to everyone in chat, because there's 300 plus in live chat right now. And here's your best buddy.
Hey, listen. Touch it, hit it, smack it, follow Vinny on the way in or on the way out. That lot down the road. You know the script.
All right, Kev, you've said consistently for the last few days, you've got to play Aubameyang, you've got to play Lacazette, you've got to play your best players. You say that a lot all the time. And for the people out there that do not understand Lacazette, because he doesn't score as many goals, but as we've said on this show many times, he's our Bobby Firmino. And there's moments where he just makes the magic happen because of what he does on the ball, off the ball, drags players, open spaces. Tell him, Kev, about Lacazette.
He's an unsung hero. I'm telling you. You don't appreciate him until he's not in the team. You see what he brings to the team. You know, we don't really score 3 goals many times, and he comes in and we look a lot better. You know, I don't want people to start disrespecting Aston Villa, saying, yeah, they're a poor team. Aston Villa are dangerous. Aston Villa are dangerous. So when we beat Spurs, they were a poor team. Look what they've gone on to do since we beat them. Aston Villa have bought well. They've got a good, strong squad. They're dangerous. But you know what? We were better than them today, and we proved it. And, boy, what a performance. I'm pleased with the boys. I thought Tavares done really well as well. At left back, up and down that left-hand side, showed a lot of energy. Hey,
and Super Kev, before you go, you said...
Hold on, Sophie, hold on.
Okay.
What about all those people who talk about Emi Martinez? I want to hear them tonight.
I'm gloating on that one because you know how I feel about that. But so, Kev...
When I finish, I'm going to watch the show back tonight.
You want the same energy, right, for Emi Martinez? The same energy, right?
Yes.
Let me get a bit more energy from you on one other thing as well, because you have talked long and hard about the players and all of that jazz. And one of the great things about today was we said last week we were betting on when Thomas Partey would score his first goal for the Arsenal. You predicted it would be within 2 or 3 games. I'm just going to hand it to you because... You know me, I hand it out when it's welcome. Super Kev, you were right. You said that he would score within 2 or 3 games, and there he was.
Sophie, I said he'll score before Christmas, right? I said he'll score before Christmas. He has to. But you know what, Sophie? I'm so pleased for him because that takes a big weight off his shoulders now. Everyone's saying, you know, pigeons and Heathrow Airport have to watch out for his missile shots. Not anymore. Not anymore. He's got the goal, and we got the win. That's so important. That's so important.
Kev, just real quick before you go, because I know you're at a private function and you've got to jam. Just give everyone in a nutshell a summary. We know that it's just one win. We're not getting too excited. We're not saying we're going to go on and be world beaters, but these are the games that matter. These are the games we have to win at home. We were poor against Palace. We bounced back today and we responded. What is your message to the Arsenal universe tonight?
My message is this. We can't melt down after a draw at home against Palace because we didn't play well. At the end of the day, if somebody said again, you got 2 home games and you're going to get 4 points out of it, I'm sure we want 6, but we'll take 4. The unbeaten run moves on to 6, Sophie. So, do you know what? We're happy with the 3 points. We get a long weekend to rest up now. And, we got to look forward to the next game. There's another challenge. There's another hurdle. That's what it's all about now, is the next game. So, listen, enjoy the show. Enjoy the show.
He's so popular. Look, I mean, who doesn't love Super Kev?
Tana, look after yourself. James, look after yourself. Sophie, hostess with the mostest. And you squaddies. I will say this. At ease, boys. We won tonight.
Yeah, baby. See you Monday, Super Kev.
See you, everyone.
What a legend.
Yeah.
He's at an event, a private event, and, he just always makes the time. It was amazing. Right. Why don't we just start going through the player ratings? And Tanner, maybe you can take us through the lineup tonight. If you have it. Do you have it? I'm throwing it at you right now, but I'll let you have a lead in because I'll tell you something. Johnny boy, Casey on smug settings tonight hit the You know what? He's consistent though. He always says it's the players, and he's not coming on here and he's not lauding Arteta, is he, James? And you were on last night. I'm going to start. Let me swing back to James a little bit because your lineup was different.
Yeah.
Talk me through that a little bit when you saw the lineup and what you thought, and then we'll get to the player ratings. And Tanner can roll us through those.
Yeah, for me, I was like I said a minute ago, I was completely shocked. Like I did not expect that to be the team that he was going to put out there. And I'll freely admit, I was pleasantly surprised with how well they did. I know you're going to go through them all individually in a minute, so I won't. I won't.
Yeah. We'll start. It's easy to start. We'll start with the goalkeeper. You can take it, Tanner. Let's start with Ramsdale.
I mean, it's obvious with Aaron Ramsdale why we brought this guy in, because it's all about distribution for him, right? I mean, a goalkeeper, and take it from someone who has played the position, albeit in a different sport, but as a goalie myself in ice hockey, I'm only as good as the defenseman in front of me, and a goalkeeper is only as good as his defenders in front of him. But I see us playing better and more confidently in front of Aaron Ramsdale. His distribution is really the big difference for me between he and his aggression in his own box with playing crosses and things like that. I keep seeing different things within different games where I say Leno would have just backed off of that. But here's Ramsdale coming out to get it. He's coming out to meet the ball, coming out to catch the ball, to punch the ball away.
He's so assertive, isn't he? He's so in control of his and especially the 6-yard box, which we rarely have had. And he's commanding, and he takes risks, and sometimes that might backfire on us. But so far for him, the beauty of it, and I'll swing to James here for his rating on Ramsdale. I'm going to have such a great night tonight knowing that Emi Martinez let in 3 goals and Ramsdale let in 1 goal. Right?
Yeah.
1. Yeah. And it was a great strike, to be honest with you. We lost control right there, right, guys? I mean, we can't fault them for that, but he had no chance to save that. James?
No, yeah, for me, he could easily have got an 8, but I'm going to give him a 7. He was superb. The passing from him is levels compared to what we've had before. And I'll tell you what else I really, really like about the guy is when those goals go in, he is so angry. And I tell you what, those guys, responded better when they had Martinez, who was a presence and vocal, than they've ever responded when Leno was in there. And Ramsdale's exactly the same. Look at second half when I think it was Gabriel made the clearance and it went for a corner from them. He's straight away big tens. And then Tommy Asu come over, Ben White come over, Tavares come over. Yeah, and they're all like they're like this five. We're, you know, I'm like, they're probably all going to go home tonight and do something together after the game as well. They're probably not going to go back home to their wives or girlfriends or whatever. They're all just going to hang out together and maybe, you know, shoot.
Maybe watch Dune. Maybe watch
Dune. They're probably watching this. You know?
I hope so.
Yeah, you know, they're going to be sitting here wondering what ratings we give them. So, yeah, it was brilliant.
All right, cool.
I was very, very impressed.
Very cool. I give him an 8 as well because of, yes, there were a couple of moments, but I think overall commanding, kind of a dictator, and I love it. And I love what you said. When things happen in moments, the team gravitates to him and they have these fist pumps and chest moments. So I think that's cool. Tanner, who's next?
Let's work left to right across the back four, shall we? Let's start with Nuno Tavares back there. And something that I kept seeing on Twitter was Tavares' his crosses, and it's not about his crosses for me that set him apart from Tierney. And I'm not by any stretch saying that he should be starting over Kieran Tierney. That's not the case at all, I don't think. But he does bring an element of pace that I'm not sure Kieran Tierney does have. And a bit of aggression down that left side as well. He will look to cut in. He will look to make a play. He's looking to shoot the ball. He's still a little suspect defensively. I think he can be taken, but for me, I'm going to give Tavares a 7 today.
So James sent me a WhatsApp during the game, and I love the word that he used for it. He said, "Gosh, Nuno is so saucy, isn't he?" And I know, Tanner, you'll appreciate that as well. He really is. The sauciness for me comes from this fearlessness. You know, there's certain footballers you watch and you think, this guy doesn't give a shit.
Nope.
Do you know why that is? And I'm going to wait now to get flamed.
No, go.
He hasn't had it beaten out of him yet. He hasn't had it beaten out. The guy's still raw. Like you said, this Tierney isn't completely out the team for me yet, unless he's still injured. But I thought Nuno was going to play against Leeds, so I still think he's probably going to play against Leeds anyway. But yeah, that guy is still relatively raw. But unlike Tierney,
James, this from Stephen. Sorry to jump in.
No, he's right.
Yeah,
he's completely right. He's complete. But and the other thing as well is with Tierney, as much as I like him, I've got quite big Celtic ties, you know, due to the old surname. And when we bought him, a very popular Celtic podcaster said, "I can't believe the money Arsenal have paid for him because this guy has had so many injury problems and he can't sustain it. He's like the guy who always gets cramps. He always, you know, eventually breaks down." And like someone put in the, you've picked too many in 2 minutes. You've gone too quickly.
I know. Just read, when you see him, because there's like 500 people in live chat right now. So
the guy doesn't tire out. The guy just keeps going. He's like the Energizer Bunny, isn't he? He just does not stop. He goes both ways. I still think defensively, he might not be the finished article, but certainly offensively. I mean, I'd have given him a bigger rating than I did. I gave him an 8, but he would have got a 9 if Saka had converted his chance. If he got the assist as well, he would have got another point if he got the assist.
He had a couple.
That was a brilliant ball.
I'll save you some humble, baby. But remember, it's the players, not the manager, right? You guys want to credit Arteta tonight. We're going to get to that at the very end. But listen, as you guys know, I am ready to eat that humble pie with ice cream and whipped cream. And I've also said to Kev, you can just shove it right in my face like old school television variety show style. Boom. Because if this team, if he succeeds as fans, our team succeeds, and we love that, right? That's the most important thing. And just to kind of tidy up on Nuno, he had a couple of chances too, which he was unlucky with. There were some NFL type of shots, Tanner, in the first half where we went, you know, extra point, we would have been good then. Yeah. But The link up, I agree with you, Anik, between him and Smith Rowe was phenomenal today. I just love a little bit like when Saka and Emil Smith Rowe play, when Tierney first came in, this fearlessness. And I tell you something, he's a player, he's a baller. Who's next, Tanner?
Gabriel. And you know what? Rock solid, rock steady back there. Just commanding presence, does everything you want him to do. He's a big body. Gets an 8 from me. And I should real quick quantify my ratings. It's very hard for me to give anything much above an 8. You'll never, ever, ever hear me give out a 10. You'd have to have a hat trick and 2 assists for me to hand out a 10 to a player. I just think, 10 is the perfect game. So if my numbers maybe seem a little low, that's why. But no, for me, Gabriel, rock solid at the back. He gets an 8 from me today.
James?
Yeah, 7. He made 86% of his passes, and he won 4 out of 5 duels. So solid. And he's gone 11 unbeaten since he started for us, since he's come back. So
listen,
can't knock the man.
This guy's becoming one of those guys where when the team sheet comes up, pray he's free from injury and pray he's healthy, because he's becoming so important. And also what I love about him, he's a bully. He doesn't let forwards bully him. And let's be honest here tonight, guys. Aston Villa have owned us for the last 3 games. The last time we beat Villa, and I said this in the pre-game with James just yesterday, we hadn't beaten them since 2019 under Unai Emery. Arteta has failed miserably under Aston Villa. And to get this monkey and bogey off your back, and we'll get to the manager eventually, is really great. But it also tells you that this team are very, very different and a bit up and down without Jack Grealish. So Gabby, for me, also gets a solid 8, no doubt.
It was right from the start as well, because Watkins tried it within the first minute of the game, and he just sort of looked at him like, "Who are you? Like, what are you doing?" Yeah. And he's like, "I'm not having it. I'm not having it tonight.
Yep.
Totally.
Try somewhere else." Yeah.
Totally. Okay. 525 of you in live chat, and I know there are a lot of you commenting on Lacazette. We're going to get to him eventually. Okay, Tanner, who's next?
Ben White. Ben White. Again, we've seen Ben White, I think, in my opinion, maybe try to live up to the price tag, right? Try to do too much too soon. Look, you're not going to earn all 50 million of that transfer fee in one game. Relax, play within yourself, and the more comfortable he gets, the better we see him. Fantastic on the ball today with the ball at his foot. He had a run where he was just running.
Oh my God, that run in the first half, I was like, it almost ended up in a goal, to be honest with you.
Take the space that you're given. And that's exactly what he did. One of my biggest knocks when we're not playing well is we watch players who don't take the space they're given. They're constantly looking for a pass. It's like, well, if I get into this 20 yards of space, I'm going to be in no man's land. I'm going to be on an island and not know what to do. Ben White saw it. He took it, and albeit one run, but another solid game from him. I'm giving Ben White an 8 as well.
Okay, lovely. James, a lot of folks in chat and so many smart comments coming in from everyone. Thanks for joining us this evening, saying that Ben White and Gabriel are forming a partnership. And it's been so long since we've seen the Arsenal have we're not at a formidable partnership yet. We've still got a long way to go, but they are forming a connection, are they not?
Yeah, and that all comes back to what we said. Last season he kept chopping and changing that back four, especially in the centre, and who he played at left back. And okay, not all of that was his fault because, like I said, Tierney and the injuries. But these two, they're smashing it. I mean, Ben White, for me, I think that's the best game he's had since he's joined. I thought that's the best performance from him. Someone a minute ago said as well, 3 clearances. He did. He made 3 really, really big clearances. And you know what as well in the second half? And this is one of the things that I'll praise Mikel Arteta for, because when he signed him, this is what he said. He went, look, I'm not comparing him to Virgil van Dijk, but Liverpool have Virgil van Dijk that sprays a 60-yard pass that beats any press. And there was a part of the second half where Ben White pinged a lofted ball to Tavares, and it completely... We talked yesterday about how worried I was about Aston Villa and that long ball. We did what I was worried about to them.
Yeah.
Should have scored. It was a good cross and it went over everybody's head. If you remember, Odegaard nearly got there.
He did. And was that the cross where Oba did the overhead kick? No, that was another one.
No,
right?
that was the first half.
That was the first half. Yeah.
Second half, he just a proper 60-yard just ping. Yeah,
I love that run. That run was incredible. I was on my feet. It's very rare a defender gets you on your feet. And I got on my feet. I stood up because he took it from the box and he just kept going. He kept going and kept going. And I'm like, well, no matter how this ends up, this is a beautiful thing to watch from a player who is really trying to make an impact at the club, knowing he's under a lot of stress and pressure because he's a $50 million pound price tag player.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm so glad the commentators and everything aren't going with this calling him Benjamin stuff, because the only person I know called Benjamin. Do you remember League of Gentlemen? Did you ever watch League of Gentlemen?
Yes.
Yeah, you remember Harvey with the toad?
Was it a League of Gentlemen or a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? No,
just the British guy. You know the guy with the toad and everything. He was like Benjamin. That's the only. That's all I ever think of when I hear Benjamin. Is the guy with the. I'm trying to remember the character's name. I swear it's like Harvey or something. He was the uncle.
I always think of Benjamin Button, and apparently the chat are alerting me to the fact that there's some Spurs fans. And welcome to the show, Spurs fans. We hope you're enjoying it.
Sorry,
Tanner,
you have the second best Nuno in North London. I apologise.
I do. I think of Benjamin Button. You know,
we're gonna have to start calling Ben White Moses after the way he.
Oh, he split. Yeah. Who's next, Tanner?
Double T. Tomiyasu, Takahiro Tomiyasu. At right back. You know what? Big bounce back game from him today, in my opinion. He's had a couple of stinkers here recently. He was our player of the month for September, I believe. And he's come back to earth a little bit at the beginning of October here and into the middle part of the month. But a good game from him today. His overlapping with Saka was great. Again, taking space that he's given when the ball is on his foot. I think he did a great job. Defensively, it's all coming up eights for me today. So it's all coming up eights for me today.
In the first half, I'm not going to lie, I felt like as good as we were in the first 20, 25 minutes, like we were high octane. We just kept pressing, moving. They couldn't deal with our speed. They couldn't deal with the way we were playing the balls down the channels. But I did feel like Tomiyasu was the one weak link in those first 20, 25 minutes. But I felt like he grew into the game. And I feel like he improved as we went along. And I think he's the type of player that we can't expect miracles from. New league, new tempo. And the thing I love about him is he never gives up. He always stays in the game. And he's never fearful of trying to make things happen, whether it's moving forward or protecting his team defensively. So for me, he gets a solid 7 just because of effort and tenacity. James?
Exactly the same. Yeah, you've summed it exactly how I would have done it. So
okay, very cool.
Nice and easy.
All right, nice and easy. Take us to that midfield, Tanner.
Let's go with it's party time, ladies and gentlemen. Thomas Partey is off the schneid. He has his goal. Almost had a second, and he was a boss in front of that back four. He really was. I thought he and Samuel Lukonga really played well today. This could have been a bit of a coming out party for them as a midfield pivot, but Thomas Partey is getting a 9 from me today. Superb defensively, winning the ball back, the goal. Almost a second on another header from a set piece. He brought the whole package. If we can get these kinds of performances from Thomas Partey consistently and he stays healthy, this is the player that we bought last summer. This is the hype. Welcome to the hype.
100 gazillion %. This is the Rolls-Royce Partey that we all know and have seen at Atletico Madrid, and we've seen glimpses of at the Arsenal. And here's where I want everyone to be open. I do not want to hear, oh, but you only beat Aston Villa. This is a team that the media, opposing fans, and even Arsenal fans have lauded over. I predicted that we would lose today because of how we've performed against Aston Villa. very well organised, really good midfield. And maybe I didn't take into account that they're very different without Jack Grealish. And James mentioned this on his tactical squad analysis last night. So for me, I think we need to be really open to the fact that this is a team that's been lauded for the last 2 or 3 seasons. And here we are, finally getting the monkey off our back. And I'll tell you something, Thomas Partey, he's so important to our club. James, I give him a 9 today. I thought he was brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, he's not my man of the match, but yeah, he definitely gets an 8. He gets a big 8. Superb. And it just goes to show that, like I said yesterday, you know, if I could toot my own horn, you got to play him with someone next to him. He wants to get involved. He doesn't like sitting at the base and watching. He gets bored. He's like, I want to get in the mix. I want to get in the thick of all this game. I'm bored. I want to play. And yeah, he was absolutely sensational. And you know what? We have waited 3,533 minutes, but it has finally happened, everybody. I done the maths.
I'm so happy you did the maths because I'm absolutely shit at maths. All right, the party is landed. Well done, Riddy. I love that. And great comments on Partey as well.
Yeah.
Tanner, who's next? Who you got?
Sambi Lokonga. And
what a recovery game.
You know what, Soph? I'm going to let you go first on this one because on Monday you were pretty harsh with
I was harsh on him. You know why? Because I have high expectations. And you know why? Because I said from the very beginning he's ready to start and he's ready to be a partner to Thomas Partey. And the reason why is because when you're 21 years old and you're made captain of Anderlecht by Vincent Kompany, that doesn't come by chance. That's not handed to you on a plate without you having the talent. And I was so disappointed. And I know I was harsh. And I admit that, very, very harsh. But it's because I have so high expectations of him. And I know that I need to be patient and I need to bite my tongue when it comes to criticizing him too harshly. But my goodness, you know what I love, Tanner and James? After a game like he had, where he was at fault for a goal, what a performance tonight. He was in the moment. He was a great partner to Thomas Partey. He was disciplined. He understood when to move forward, when to move back. His timing was impeccable. And I tell you something, for me, he gets a solid 8. And as you guys know, I'm never afraid to admit when I'm harsh or when I say something against a player, because I expect something. But what I love about him is to be able to bounce back the way he did. Kudos. Well done, son.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead, James.
Yeah. For me, another one that gets a solid 7. I think he completed about 85% of his passes tonight. And there were times where I thought he was dithering a little bit. Like he was too slow to release the ball, but he's only going to get better. And you know what? He's only going to get better when he plays next to Thomas Partey as well. Because like you've said about those 2 centre-backs forming a partnership, them 2 in the middle could be formidable together as well. And, you know, it's such a shame that in January, that's going to be, well, actually, tell a lie, they want them to quarantine beforehand, don't they? So by Boxing Day, I think they've got to go. So from Boxing Day onwards,
we're going to lose both of them, aren't we?
Well, no, just Partey, aren't we? Because Lokonga's Belgium. So yeah, So, but it's just going to be sad to break that up. But like I said, we had to stop Aston Villa from playing yesterday. I mentioned you cannot let them have the time on the ball and everything else. And credit, like Kevin said, we did stop them from playing because they took Buendia and Ings off because they couldn't get through. They had nothing else. And it was mainly due to how great Lokonga and Partey were together and Gabriel and Ben White were together.
Yeah, no, I know Sambi's Belgium. I'm thinking of all the other players we're going to lose to the AFCON, okay? Trust me, I've lauded him for his appearance. He's had some chances for Belgium and he's had some great performances in these qualifiers as well. And, you know, he definitely seems like one of those players by the end of the summer, Tanner, that we could be looking at and saying, how did everyone whiff on him? Yeah. And, our job is to watch games and give an opinion. And the truth is, against Palace, he was not very good. But tonight, he was great.
Well, to quote Rocky V, it's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get.
Wait, are you quoting Rocky V?
I sure did.
God dang, I love you.
That movie's got some of the best quotes ever. Tommy gun only fights in the ring. My ring's outside.
Vinny agrees
and I
with
just
you.
got video fired up, didn't I? No, it just real quick on Sammy Lokonga and it's the contrast from Monday to today. That's what you want to see in a young player, right? Okay, you had a bad game. How do you bounce back from it? And this is how you bounce back from it. This is how you answer that. You come back with a solid 7, solid 8. I'll split the difference. I'll give him a 7.5. And that's how you bounce back. That's how you respond.
I think starting as well as coming on helped him. I think when he come on to a situation on Monday that wasn't great. Yeah, tonight he started, and like I said, them two and Ben White and Gabriel smashed it. They absolutely smashed it.
And you know what I love? Sports is about reacting. And they reacted, and someone just said that, and I put it up. It's a great comment. Our team reacted today to a game that they know they should have won, and they were schooled. And it's a beautiful thing to see. Right, who's next, Tanner?
Oh, staying in the midfield. Let's go with Bukayo Saka. We'll go with Bukayo Saka out on the right.
James, why don't you go first on this one?
Yeah. He would have got a 7 if he took a touch and then shot. So he gets a 6. It was okay. It was okay. He's still such a great talent, and he'll come back. But yeah, he should have buried that chance. I'm sorry. If you watch it back, he could have took a touch and then hit it, and it would have been fantastic for him. But I'll tell you what, the guy is I'm not one to moan about refs and players from the opposition and everything else, but that guy is being targeted. Yeah, he's like Warhorse. I mean, he's getting battered, and he's doing.
I couldn't get through the first 10 minutes of Warhorse. I turned it off.
yeah. I'm like, this guy, he's riding a lot of challenges, and for me, we both said we really like him to have a rest. And I'm glad he went out there because he does his job. It's Saka, what more can you say? But maybe Tuesday, I wouldn't put him in. Give him a break. Just give him a break.
Yeah, Tanner, I'm going to agree. Look, even I think we expect so much of Saka now that we put him on this pedestal that maybe, our expectations are too high. But when you are riding high as an Arsenal player and you're also in the England setup and you're scoring for your country, I want him to have the same energy and the same type of performance and end product. If that was for England, that goal goes in. I don't know what it is about him not being able to finish for the Arsenal. We exchanged messages with James again on WhatsApp, and I'm like, how do you miss that? You've got to finish that. And it's so important because as we go deep into the season, getting into those positions, finishing that type of stuff is going to be important. And here's what I don't want to do. I don't want to enable him. I don't want us to mollycoddle him. And I've said this on the show previously. Please don't become the Unicorn England mascot when you are the legend in the making for the Arsenal. And we want you to grow into this man, this player, this nucleus of this team. So for me, I'm not going to be fearful of being critical of him. I think he gets a 6 today. I thought he had really good moments, but I think he had moments where he missed.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. He's got to finish. He's got to finish that opportunity. Has to take the touch and finish clinically, ruthlessly. And he had moments where he was just simply average. He was out there just sort of going through the motions. And so if we could do an entire show, I think, on what the difference is between the England Bukayo Saka and the Arsenal Bukayo Saka.
Yeah, we can do that. That's a good idea.
I mean, it's night and day between the player that we see for country and the player that we see for club. Not terrible. I think everything you guys just said is spot on. I don't need to drag it out. We need to be careful of the expectations that we put on such a young player at such an early age.
Considering how he's carried us, we don't want to kill him.
Right.
But now, the expectations are high. So unfortunately for him, he comes under the microscope a little bit more. Who's next, Tanner?
My man of the match, our number 10 Hale End product, Emile Smith Rowe. By the way, thank you, Tyrone Mings, because Emi Martinez is probably going to save that shot if you don't take it. if you don't take a stupid deflection on it. But what more can be said about Emile Smith Rowe that we haven't already said? This dude he runs his ass off. He's probably running right now. Why? I don't know, but he's probably running right now because it's just what he does. There are so many superlatives that I could throw at him. I'm going to let you guys have the honors. He's my man of the match. He's our number 10.
James.
Yeah, 9. 1 goal, 1 assist, 4 big chances created, 4 key passes, superb. And I tell you what, I will praise him for as well. He was, like I said, John McGinn would be yesterday, tenacious. He was winning the ball back. He's doing all the mucky work that, you think a player like that shouldn't be doing, but he went and done it. And a big part of that is what you're going to say about the player who played next, because that tactically, I think, was a very smart move. But again, was it the players? Once they cross that white line, it's the players, isn't it?
That's what Super Kev
it's
says.
That fine line. Yep. It's that fine line.
Here's where I'm at. I'm at row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 as Emile Smith Rowe's a dream. Something along those lines. Poxy, it was just on the spot. But let me tell you, what an amazingly fearless young player. People want to laud Foden. They want to laud Greenwood. They want to laud Rashford. And, I asked Kevin at the beginning of the season, who is going to be better this season and more important to the Arsenal? I picked Emile Smith Rowe. He picked Saka. And let me tell you something. This kid could end up being at the World Cup next season if he carries on playing like this. He's unbelievable.
Gareth was there tonight. I think he could be in even earlier.
I mean,
I don't want him to, but he could be in earlier.
And think about this, 35 million player from Real Madrid, a lauded signing in Ødegaard, who, by the way, I still love and I like and probably needed a rest. Emile Smith Rowe is the Don at that number 10 role. Mm-hmm. And I think, we just have to kind of take our hat off and say, when we're picking and choosing, well, can he play with Ødegaard? Can he play with X and Y? He can play, and that's what matters. Period. He gets a 9 for me, and he was it was a 2-man man of the match, and he's one of them. Go on, Tanner.
He's been our best player this season. Sorry, I don't.
Yeah, definitely.
He's been. I mean, let's face it. He's been our best player for nearly a full calendar year. If we go back to Boxing Day of 2020.
Yeah. Sorry. Here, what's the agenda? What are you talking about? Armpit? Is that armpit or armpit? Sorry, armpit. What's the agenda? Help me explain that, and then I'll answer your question. Okay, Tanner, who's next?
We continue with the starters, or do we want to go into subs?
Keep going with the starters.
Stick with the starters. So it's Alex Lacazette. And
go on, Tanner.
Here we go once again with the player that no one wants to talk about, the player that everybody's like, just sell him, get him out of here. We don't need him. Yet you bring him into the side, and we saw the energy that he brought that he brought in on Monday. Gets the game tying goal to rescue a point, and the energy that he brings today. And if that's what he's going to bring, we need that. We need that fire to be lit under our rear end sometimes. And that's what Alex Lacazette does for this squad. He is fantastic with bringing the younger players through and into the action. Okay. He might not get a goal. He drew the penalty for us. I was a little disappointed to not see him take that. If I'm being nitpicky, was kind of hoping Aubameyang would pat him on the shoulder and say, "No, you earned it. Go take it." But for me, he gets another. It's an 8. It's all coming up 8s. He gets an 8. Didn't put a foot wrong until he hurt himself.
Oh my God, I hope he's okay. James.
Yeah, solid 8. And again, that's one thing if that's what the agenda is, that we're not going to credit Mikel.
Oh, stop, Christoph. Come on. Yeah, go on.
Then I will credit him for the fact that if he's the one that said tonight, when we go out there, you're lining up like Aubameyang's left, ESR's playing at 10. ESR's playing at 10, and Lacazette's playing up front. And then in the game, Aubameyang moved that way, ESR then went left and Lacazette dropped in deep. Because when Lacazette dropped deep, it helped us big time. It really, really helped us. And he was great tonight. And you know what? The best moment of the game was just before the penalty was taken. And Martinez is giving it that. He goes to him, F off and get back on your line. He said, F off and get back on your line.
One another.
Yeah, he went, get back on your line. He went, he was like, yeah, get over. Yeah, exactly. And then when he scored, he does the old, I don't want to imitate it because I don't want to get you guys taken off. But he done the old, it was like you're a wrestling fan. It was like the old DX chop right in Martinez's face. yeah. He gave it a bit the old Simeone.
We on our show, we've been huge supporters of Alexandre Lacazette, and we. Okay, Christoph, no problem, babe. I stand corrected. No worries if it's a joke. It's difficult to decipher sometimes in a comment that doesn't have, unfortunately, in our world, a bitmoji with a laugh or a wink or a smile. We've really supported him on this show, and we have said many times that in that number 9 role, he offers the best for Arsenal up front. Whether he has the ball, he doesn't have the ball, his tenacity, his bravery, his energy. And I know that everyone wants him to score more goals, but he's not that kind of player. He's a little bit like Firmino. He makes Salah and Mane be able to do the things they do and allow them to be the glory hunters. And he will get goals against certain teams. But my goodness, think twice, Arsenal. When we talk about a young team and building them around experienced players, we have one in our midst. We paid £52 million for him. All right. We cannot let him go on a free. He's too valuable for that. And he offers something to this team that some of the youth do not. And he definitely, like you said, James, makes them better as well. Lacazette, for me, man of the match with Emile Smith Rowe. The two of them together today were sensational. So they both get a 9.
Every youngster talks about how great he is on the training ground. And when they're in games, they're like, we all love playing with Lacazette.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope he's not hurt for a long time because
guys, what's the scoop? I know, me too, but I heard there was talk this week about us maybe looking to renew his contract. I actually in a time where the marketplace is tough and money is tight, I would rather give him a smidgen of an improvement on his contract. And
it's going to be his last ever deal. So
yeah, and he's looking for a big deal. So. Yeah. Okay, Tanner, who's next? Captain Fantastic?
Captain Fantastic, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, converter of the missed penalty. But I you know what? See it again today. With Aubameyang, it's not always about scoring goals for me with him. It's about the effort. It's about the attitude. Because we've seen the downtrodden Aubameyang of, I'm just going to bury my head over here because, nobody will give me the ball and I just want to go home. Haven't seen that lately from him. Aubameyang's going to get an 8 from me today. And I'll be honest, the rebound off the saved penalty, that's a good goal because Martinez was very close to saving that. So, but Aubameyang, he's going to get an 8 for me today. Everything was right with him today.
I agree. And you know what I love? They may not play as prolifically together all the time, but them together, there's this energy and this unity and this connectivity that really adds a lot of bringing the team together. And you can see the joy in Aubameyang when he plays with Lacazette and vice versa. But Laka, for me, so far this season, whether he scores or not, I agree with you, Tanner. He's been in it. He's been trying. He's been putting the effort in. There seems to be less apathy. There's more energy. And so I agree with you. I'll give him a half fat lady an 8. James?
Yeah. Do it 3 ways. 3 8s. 888 casino, whatever it is.
All right. 888. Yeah. Well, those are dodgy. Those are those dodgy, phone lines that you call sometimes. But
is it? I thought it was a better website. Sorry.
All right, Tanner, who's next?
We're getting into the substitutes. So let's see, who was the first sub to come on? I believe it was Martin Odegaard when Lacazette came off with a bit of a knock. He walked off under his own power, so I would like to think it's nothing serious. Maybe he cramped up, maybe just tweaked something. He stayed in the game until the whistle blew, and then he went down, quite frankly. So I don't think it's anything serious with Lacazette. But Martin Odegaard came in. I give Odegaard a 6. He really wasn't in the play much. I didn't really see much from him today to warrant giving anything. It's not that he had a poor game when he came on. I just didn't see much from him. I didn't see that he brought a whole lot. So I'm going to give him just a solid 6. You came on, you did your job, and that was about it.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I'll give him a 5.5. Didn't do anything spectacular, just kept it tight, and that's it. James?
Yeah, for me, if you want to skip me the next two, I don't.
Should we just couple them all together?
I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't think you can give. I don't think the subs are on enough long to give them more than a 6.
How about we all give them a 6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to move on to the elephant in the room then, Soph?
I mean, only us could make a defensive sub.
Yeah,
and then we concede after it.
I know, exactly. By the way, 645 of you in live chat. If you can hit that like button, and if you like us, subscribe. And if you don't like us, tell us why, because we're okay with that. We're adults here. Little Vinny Vieira, the Italian Greyhound. And by the way, the Ted Lasso team, the Richmond team, the Greyhound is their mascot. But you all know that we had Vinny Vieira way before that team. Hashtag just saying. So please hit that like button if you hate Tottenham. That's the rule of the house, on the way in and on the way out. Mikel Arteta, who wants to go first?
I think you should, Sophie.
I think
the crowd want to hear it from you first.
Yeah.
Okay, so I give credit where it's due. He made some changes today, and they worked, and the team won. But if I'm going to take a slice out of my co-host's book and the legend that has crossed those white lines and played the beautiful game, it's all about the players. Why can we perform like this against Villa and not like this against Crystal Palace? What was the difference? And when you look at what Kev says, you have to ask yourself and look in the mirror and say, well, is there a difference between the opponents? You'd think they'd be up for playing against Patrick Vieira, but today somehow they got it together and they reacted to playing badly. We're on a run. We haven't lost. So the truth is, the manager made some good choices today and they executed whatever the plan was, and we won the game against the team that has been a bogey team for us. We haven't beaten them since September 2019, and the last time we beat them, Unai Emery was the manager. So today, Mikel Arteta got it right. So he deserves an 8. Well done, the manager. Well done, the team. Collectively, because I'm always of the school of thought, it is both. It's 50% the manager, 50% the players. They're all in this together. And today, well done. You all got it right. No criticisms. And I'm not going to throw darts at the manager today because he does not deserve it.
Yeah, James, you want to piggyback off that?
Yeah,
that didn't taste like vinegar, by the way.
No, well said. Yeah, no, 7 for me. I think he got it absolutely spot on, like you said, to start with. So yeah, full credit to him, full credit, and just let's hope we kick on. I mean, Leeds on Tuesday, let's beat them, and then let's go down Leicester and beat them.
This is what I hate. Now you love Arteta. Just shut up. I mean, seriously, come on, guys. Tanner, tell them. Please tell them, Tanner.
It credit where it's due, criticism when it's due, because Sophie and I, you and I are, I'm not sure there are two people on the planet that are in more lockstep when it comes to Mikel Arteta than you and I. Mm-hmm. And I mean that. He got it right today. He got it right today. He saw against Crystal Palace, and I think his first mistake was trying to play a midfield 3 with Emile Smith Rowe and Odegaard, with Thomas Partey at the base of that triangle in midfield, sort of playing that defensive midfielder role that just it diminishes what Thomas Partey brings to the table. But when you put in a player who himself has admitted he's most comfortable as a number 6 in Sambi Lokonga to partner back there with Thomas Partey, it opens things up more, right? And that's not a knock on Martin Odegaard, because I still have high hopes for him as well. It'll be a matter of figuring out how we get all of these players into the same lineup, because I think it can work.
And we're going to need Odegaard. Like, we're going to need him big time.
Yep.
This is a long season, guys. It's not even November yet, you know?
And
so,
and something else to remember as well, if we're looking big picture here, okay, we want to qualify for European football next year. Martin Odegaard is a part of this team now. He's signed a 5-year contract. He's here. We're going to need him in the future if our hopes and dreams become a reality with European football next season. So, sticking with Mikel Arteta, I think he got it right today. I still am not sold on him. I want to see, Tuesday notwithstanding, okay, I want to see the same team come back against Leicester in a week. Yeah. That's what I want to see. I want to see the same
it's
team,
a big test.
the
Exactly.
same lineup, come back with the same intensity, with the same passion, with the same drive, with the same, I dare I say, tactics to press forward. The fact is, you can't win a game if you don't score a goal. And Arteta too often seems too passive. He seems too afraid to lose. So let's go. Same lineup in a week at Leicester. Give some of these guys, Tuesday off. That's
exactly.
I think everybody's in agreement there. Come back with the same lineup. Because coming back with the same lineup and hopefully the same tactics, that will tell us more. Is it the players? Is it more the players, or is it the manager?
So, James, swing it to you now, because one of the things when Kev asked me at the beginning of the season, what do you want? I said consistency and competitiveness. How long can we keep this run going? How long can we be consistent, play this way, and illustrate this type of football? James, your mark for the manager and what you think on what happened tonight.
Yeah, I said earlier 7. So,
okay.
And again, you two have summed it up brilliantly. It's where it goes from here. I mean, football is a reactionary game. I mean, I'll freely admit, I thought we would get 4 points out of these 2 games, the Palace and tonight. I got the order wrong that I thought it would be. I thought we'd have done what we did tonight against Palace and then drew this one. And so, again, people keep saying about the humble pie and everything else. Yeah, I like it with ice cream. I like it with custard. So keep serving me it, because I'll eat it. I'm not thin. I'll eat it.
Let's go, James. I'm with you, buddy. Let's do it.
I've been wondering.
I'm not going to turn down free meals.
I've been wondering what my flavor is going to be. And, in America, since I've been living in America, at Thanksgiving, I love a good slice of pumpkin pie, of course. But if I'm going to go with my mum and dad's favorite, it's going to be apple pie, and it's going to be warm with the cream and the ice cream on top. Yeah. I'm going to mix it all up, and I'm going to eat it in front of everyone in May. I can't wait. I look forward to it.
I mean, the thing with me, you've said about consistency and performances. My whole thing is I want consistency in performances with us as a fan base. We've got a horrible pandemic going on at the moment. Really, really horrible. But the next one is going to be backache and neck pain from Arsenal fans that move the goalposts for this manager. That would be a pandemic in itself.
Yes, I completely agree with you. The more we stick together, the more we work together, and teamwork makes the dream work. Right. Do you guys have any closing comments before we depart today? And Tanner, are you going on air after this?
I will be, over on Bearded Gooner Media. Please go up to the YouTube search bar, search Bearded Gooner Media. Join us over there for more post-game chat. I will be there briefly, but I need to go serve the masses booze tonight. So I will be heading off to work. I will be heading off to work shortly.
Okay. I'll take another shot of vodka and a half a lager shandy, please.
Can do.
Lee Judge's style. He's only half pint guy.
Yep.
James, let everyone know where they can find you as well, mate.
Yeah, thank you very much. So it's youtube.com/James Johnston Football, and then Purely Arsenal FP. So youtube.com/Purely Arsenal FP.
Love it. And love these guys. You'll be seeing more of Tanner and James on the channel this season. Lots of new, diverse, different voices here. As you know, the Highbury squad. We love our crew and our squad. Listen, there's 600 plus of you in live chat. Please go and check out Tanner's channel, The Bearded Gooner, like he said, and James's as well. And look, Arsenal fans, it's okay to be happy tonight, whether we agree, whether we disagree.
Your weekend's not ruined. It was a Friday win. You can enjoy Saturday and Sunday now.
Absolutely. We play on even though I thought it was Saturday, these boys reminded me it was a Friday.
Relax, so if your weekend's going to be over a day early, settle down.
I love it. And by the way, if you are in the United States and you're in Southern California and you are going to the NBC Premier League Fan Fest, please look me up, hit me up on Twitter. I would love to meet you there. I will be going there and I would love to hug and hang out with all of you. So that is going to be a phenomenal event. And listen, we won. Let's enjoy it because it's been miserable a lot. And you know what? Today, we've been looking for a good performance and we got it. So let's be happy for our team. And you know what? Who wants to take us out tonight? How about you both take us out tonight with the old salute to the squaddies? Can you do it army style?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to. I don't want to. Ooh, this is tough. I got to live up to Super Kev to do this.
Yeah,
so.
this is big. This is big pressure.
Yeah,
you guys can do it. I know you can.
Squaddies.
What's that one?
At ease.
Sexy.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.